Match today, a quarter-final between two of the most famous schools in the Commonwealth Bank Cup's history, Patrician Brothers of Fairfield and Holy Cross College of Ryde. The winner of this match will go on to the semi-finals and, of course, one step closer to sharing in all the riches from Cup final night itself.
For our player of the series, Adidas will provide the complete sportsman's outfit, from playing to training gear, as well as a full range of leisure wear. Adidas remain the #1 choice of champions like Peter Sterling and Paul Langmack. And from NEC, our Cup winners in '89 will receive $5,000 worth of fabulous electrical equipment for their school. From televisions to video recorders through to full sound systems, NEC provides an extensive entertainment range. Of course, the runners-up in '89 don't go away empty-handed. They also receive from NEC $3,000 worth of product.
So who better to ask about trying to find a winner in this quarter-final match than my co-commentator, Bill Anderson. Bill, of course, Fairfield. They've won more Cup finals than anyone, but Holy Cross, a great tradition in the Cup as well.
Yeah, you always seem to ask me hard ones, don't you, in the games when it's very difficult to pick a winner. But you're right, Patrician Brothers Fairfield have won the Cup on more occasions than any other school. That's 5 times, and their form has been very consistent this year. So I suppose on that score we'd say they'd go into the game as slight favourites. Holy Cross made the final last year, only to be beaten by Parramatta Marist, and their form this year hasn't been all that good. In the last round, their group final, they had an 8-all draw and won against St Peter's on a penalty countback. So it's going to be a tough one. I think I'd have to favour Patrician Brothers Fairfield, but anything could happen.
All right, I'll leave it to Bill to nominate a winner in this one. As I said, two of the most famous teams in the history of the Commonwealth Bank Cup, Patrician Brothers of Fairfield and Holy Cross College of Ryde, as we take you straight to the kick-off. The referee for this all-important match is Ian Parnaby. Holy Cross from Ryde will kick off. Billy Anderson nominating, as you heard, Fairfield as the likely winners. 60 minutes of football away from finding out if he is spot on. Brought back strongly by Gandy. Charlton. Big pack of forwards, Patrician Brothers. That's Kelly. They're up very quick, Holy Cross. Let's see if they have a bit of pressure put on the kicker. Mujali coming down on Weston, but he can't. Now that's over the head of Matthew Cox and takes a great off break. Ashley Mallett would have been proud of that one, straight over the touchline. From one end of the field to the other, under pressure themselves. Now they're just 12 metres out. Determined look at the front row from Holy Cross. Jamie Shepherd solidly in the tackle.
Well, he's the younger half of the Jamie Shepherd-David Shepherd combination, the two brothers. Jamie actually was injured last year going into the final against Parramatta Marist, couldn't take his place in the side, and he'd have made a big difference. They're two very good players, both playing in the Balmain junior representative teams.
Great tradition of names. Holy Cross find a gap.
Yeah, good ball there by Jason Stewart. He's in the Balmain under-21s and a player to watch.
Now the kick. David Shepherd down for Weston Patterson. He leaves it for Brett Spinks. We're going to say about the tradition in this Holy Cross side. Balmain stars that have come from this school include Scott Gale, Benny Elias, Big Paul Sirinen.
Scott Gale actually was in the dressing room, Graham, prior to the game, so he's still got a lot of loyalty to the school and in fact teaches there.
That's Pina. Jason Ryan. Good combination of this team in the centres between Ryan and also Simon Sewell. That kick charge down, but penalty will go against Holy Cross though for being inside the 5. Weston only about 10 or 12 metres in. Key member of this side, the 5'8". Good solid pair of hands. Good thinker on the field. Pina shows the ball to Grief. There's the winger, Brett Spinks, that comes in off the blind side. Go wide this time. Charlton, right up the middle, the big fella. Wrapped up by Jason Stewart over the top. Again they go up the middle, Dallas Kelly. And again it was Stewart.
Testing them out up the centre, and at the moment Holy Cross are holding.
Weston, switch-it play. To no avail for Glenn Grief. Last tackle, Weston. The kick into the in goal shouldn't be a problem. Well, he fumbled the ball and he's run it dead, Matthew Cox, so a line drop out. Shakes the head. He couldn't force it back to the quarter line by taking it cleanly. Wheelhouse. Not a good kick. Ryan to his feet. Justin Maloney stepping his way through. Just 10 metres away from the try line. Only 5 now. Dummies one way, goes the short blind. Kelly shoulder charged out of the way. He couldn't handle the pass anyway.
I think it's been a very impressive opening by both sides. Patrician Brothers have developed good field position and they've used the ball well, but I must say I'm also impressed with the way Holy Cross's defence has held tight. They've kept a good defensive line, they've moved up and back quickly, they've worked well at marker and good communication. These are two good, well-disciplined, well-coached football teams.
David Shepherd with not much of an angle to work with. Matthew Brown taps the restart. Just off there for Jason Mellier. Mujali. The ball back on the inside. Good gain from Brown too. One of 6 Matthews named in this team. Pass was forward. Bad ball to throw in this end of the field. Not only is there 6 Matthews named in this squad from Holy Cross, but there's also 3 Jasons. So I think we'll stick to surnames. Penalty comes for Fairfield. So even more possession for them. Weston just took the tap. Sully. Carr sets himself to find some runners. Justin Maloney. Belly bunched at the moment, Fairfield. Slipping it down through the forwards and Grief. Sully charges onto it from the deep end, finds a big space. Showed the ball. Should have been a try. It's still going to be one for Bruce Carr. If he had passed the first time, it would have been a try. He managed to stand and find Carr supporting him right under the black dot.
Sully did everything right here in the initial stages. He charged onto a pass, a good step, a good swerve, a fend. He had done everything up to that point, then threw the dummy and it looked as if a try had gone begging. But there's the mark of a good hooker. Bruce Carr backing up, took the pass and plunged over under the black dot.
Andrew Pina was certainly going to have something to say here to Surley if he had a dive with the ball. But Bruce Carr saved his life and got Fairfield off to a flying start. The little hooker, 4 points. Stephen Weston from right in front, his first attempt. That's how simple it looks. And simple it is. So Fairfield, in pursuit of a semi-final berth, grabbed the early blood, 6 points to 0. Jason Stewart.
Good quick play the ball to follow up a strong run.
And their forwards are coming from nice and deep. Mackie just 10 metres out. A switch play, go through the backs, cut out pass, over the top from Shepherd. Locane played it away for David Shepherd, who they hung off for quite a while. He's nearly going to turn and get that down on the line. That looked to be a try.
Yeah, from here it was a try. I'd like to see the replay of that one. I think he put it on the line.
Well, we'll have to come back to that. Ian Parnaby was on the wrong side of the play the ball for that. It looked as if it was a try at some stage there. It'll be the handover, but so close for Holy Cross. Let's take a look at David Shepherd as he goes to the line. He turns here. Does he get it down on the line for a try? It looked as though he did. Certainly looked as though he forced the ball down there. So something that may prove vital in the end. We'll wait and see.
Well, bad news for Holy Cross that they didn't come up with a try there, but the good news is they've proven they can crack this Patrician Brothers Fairfield defence with persistence, and they have got the goods to make a real competition out of this match.
Well, Matthew Cox is going to bring it back, and I know it's been talked about in the senior ranks, Bill, as far as the Winfield Cup is concerned, the call for an in-goal touch judge.
Yeah, I don't know if he would have been of a lot of value in that particular circumstance, in that it was right on the try line and he would have been shielded by players, but they're the sorts of things that I believe would have some merit for an in-goal touch judge.
Back it comes, pass goes astray, picked up very quickly by Cox. High tackle. It won't go without some sort of treatment either. He sent him off. Well, he has been sent from the field. Scott Gandy, see it for yourself.
There's the tackle by Gandy. It was a marginally high one. I'm just not quite sure whether contact was made with the chest first, but referee Parnaby has seen fit to send him from the field.
Well, Stewart's left the field.
Yeah, I think you'll find that's 5 minutes in the sin bin for the action he took upon the number 13, Scott Gandy.
Well, in cup football, there's always drama. Plenty of it in this quarter-final between Fairfield and Holy Cross. It's going to be a situation now where Fairfield will have to do it a man short. Back for Mackey. 5 metres away. They've had possession for an eternity, and that's going to be the result. It finally came for little Jamie Shepherd right next to the post.
The Patrician Brothers defence, I think, has just lost a little bit of confidence with the send-off of Gandy. That gave the hole for the number 7, the halfback, Jamie Shepherd, just enough room for him to push through one tackle, fight through another two, and come up with a 4-pointer next to the post.
Jamie Shepherd. Holy Cross supporters believe that they could be on their way to a semi-final. David Shepherd to try and convert his brother's try. He does just that. So a scoreline between Patrician Brothers Fairfield and Holy Cross, 6-all.
I see he's putting up another 2 stories. Isn't he doing well?
I see he's putting another 2 stories on. Business must be booming. You went to school with him, didn't you?
I see he's putting on another 2 stories. Oh, to think, only 3 years ago he started off in a building not unlike this one. Apparently his bank had a lot to do with his success.
Bank? Which bank?
This is Cambrook's latest horizontal grill and one of our competitors. As you can see, both give you a much healthier way of cooking with less fat and less cholesterol. As you can see, both are big enough to cook a meal for an entire family in one go. As you can see, both have... Sorry? You can't see our competitors. Oh, you see, it took Cambrook to think of a grill that doesn't smoke or spatter when you cook inside. The Cambrook Smokeless Grill. Because you shouldn't smoke in the kitchen.
Some guys have got lips that you can't help kissing. nation. They just want to add you to the list. You got a lot of physical attraction, I can't deny. But can you guarantee your satisfaction? Well, I'm still waiting. What you get is what you see. Ain't nothing more to it. If what you get is what you see, then I don't want your kind of love.
Winfield Cup. The big games never look so good.
Skittles, taste the rainbow of fruit flavors. Strawberry, orange, lemon, and lime. Delicious, chewy, scented candy. Skittles adds to a good time. Skittles, taste the rainbow of fruit flavors.
Join me on a truly epic journey through some of the most dramatic years of our time.
Once the Gestapo have you, Swiss protection would be like a straw fence against a fire.
From the tragedies to the triumphs of the human spirit.
The boy will be taken to the children's home.
Oh my God. I'm proud to have been a part of it, and you can't afford to miss it.
Singapore Airlines and Australian Airlines present War and Remembrance, 8:30 Monday on Channel 10.
Jason Stewart's back. They've got their full complement on deck. So it's 13 against 12 again. Maloney to his feet. Pina, Weston, Ryan. Can't link with Sully. Weston again. Penalty for not getting off the man who was trying to get to his feet quickly to play the ball. Jeremy Shepherd in trouble.
I must say, Graham, I just had a look at the clock, and it's almost hard to believe there's only 8 minutes left to go in this first half, and the game's been going for 22 minutes, and that's always the indicator of what an exciting and classic game of football we're having.
Certainly is that. Full of quite a few talking points in this first half. Try that we thought was, and that sensational send-off.
Well, with the player being dismissed for Patrician Brothers, and with Holy Cross having what looked like to be a try disallowed, I'd like to think that from here what will happen is the best team will win it.
Stephen Weston. Barely adjacent to the posts. He does exactly what his team was hoping for, and in this Commonwealth Bank Cup quarter-final, Fairfield lead 8 points to 6. David Shepherd, likewise the kicker in this Holy Cross side at the 5'8" position. Casually with the restart. Well, somebody failed to call for it properly there. Luckily it went back for Pina to recover. Patterson loves to join in the front line. Weston Patterson from fullback. Maloney. Now Weston trying to step his way through. Carr. Looked to come off the side of the foot. I don't think it was touched or charged down.
Yeah, it could have been touched by a Holy Cross player, but I don't believe that he would have played at the ball, so Holy Cross would still get the feed, those being the circumstances.
Well, it certainly was played at. I just don't know, it must have just come straight off the side of the boot. Stewart, one of the two Jasons from the second row, and Parnaby standing at the play of the ball has decided that they were inside the 5 metres even though he hadn't marked it.
No decision to make in my mind. You kick for goal when you're 22 metres out almost in front.
Well, that's right. That's fairly unbelievable that They are going to go for touch. They believe that 13 against 12 is going to be sheer weight of numbers once again. We're about to find out, Mujali. They may be right, but 9 times out of 10, most teams would have gone for goal. Holy Cross out to try and prove us wrong. Straight up the middle. Ball was away. No, I'm quite adamant that they were wrong in that instant. The ball's been stolen. So no points at all out of that little passage. They had an opportunity and a great one at 2. Touch judges come in. Both touch judges, in fact. Looks as though it might be, well, Malia's coming over. See if we can find anything here. High swinging arm from Malia.
Yeah, hit him in the chest, I thought.
I think just after that, some of the Fairfield players joined in to throw their tuppence in. So Ian Parn will be under a lot of pressure in this quarter-final. Now the penalty is going to go to the side of Holy Cross. So it must have been for something just after that. Maloney or somebody throwing a punch after taking offence at the tackle.
And again, they've elected not to take the kick for goal. It's flirting with danger.
Well, they want 4. Here comes Malia. Do they have the defence that can stretch here? Fairfield forces Jamie Shepherd inside. He's lost the ball. It went back. It's a try. No doubt about it. Don't question this one. Right next to the post on this occasion, they come up with the 4.
Yes, I'm sure this is a try. Jamie Shepherd had a skirt on his own for the try line, but the ball was knocked down by a Patrician Brothers arm. You'll see it here. And there's the hit by Patrician Brothers. That's play on, picked up by Jason Stewart, and over he goes.
Jason Stewart, who had 5 minutes in the sin bin, picks up their second try. He adds the extras, David Shepherd. They now hit the lead, Holy Cross, 12 points to 8. Inside the last 60 seconds of a dramatic first half in this quarter-final. Certainly going to be plenty said by both coaches, I'm sure, at half-time. Down for Wheelhouse. Certainly got a value possession here. Farley. Strong running. Well, I said they've got a value possession. There should be time for the scrum, I think. Stewart was the man that lost the ball. Last 10 seconds. They need the scrum to pack quickly. The siren's going to go. Weston knows that's just what's going to happen. Here comes Ryan coming across and knocking the ball dead is Cox. So much action in this first half. It took us right to the wire there with that kick by Weston. A great first half. Holy Cross College 12. Patrician Brothers Fairfield 8.
Toyota and Parramatta Mitsubishi. They're competing against each other for your business, and they won't be undersold. Huge deals on new cars, gigantic deals on used cars. They're all at Auto Alley. So come on out to Parramatta and walk down Auto Alley for Sydney's greatest bargain on your new or used car.
If you missed the Comedy Company,
help, truly the children.
You missed Sunday night's top catch of madness and loves.
Beautiful.
First, with the latest news.
I reckon Jeff Phoenix give up boxing.
Well, he's not going to be punching people's heads in anymore.
Oh, of course he's taking up rugby.
Anything else would be child's play.
Never work with animals or parents.
So enlist with the big guns of humour. The Comedy Company, 7:30 Sunday on 10.
Welcome back on 10 Sports Action. 12-8 Holy Cross leading in this quarter-final of the Commonwealth Bank Cup as a below-strength. Mern looks down on a below-strength Fairfield outfit. 12 men. They've already had one man, Scott Gandy, sent off in the first half. And a great first half it was. Now it's LeCain bringing the ball back. Bill, can they do it with 12 men?
Well, they're capable of it. It's always a difficult thing for schoolboys to play a man down. It's players just haven't got the experience to cover in a set play, for example, where that fellow was supposed to be a receiver. They don't quickly adjust and take his place. They're going to be doing it tough, but they're a good enough side, and believe me, they've got a determined enough coach in Mick Hardis who'll instill into them the necessity for them to win the game. You know, Mick will have really got into them and given them a rev up at half-time. Don't worry about that.
There's the kick from Jamie Shepherd. Very deep. And too deep for his liking. It'll come back to the quarter line. Already setting his defences, screaming at his forwards. So Fairfield through Carr. Try and take it all the way back downfield.
They've just been a side over the years, Patrician Brothers, that have been able to win games in the face of adversity. Now, I can remember them back playing the final in 1987 against Keebra Park from Queensland, a much bigger side than they were. Keebra went into the game as red-hot favourites, and I think the scoreline finished up something like 21 points to 0, where Patrician Brothers overcame all sorts of odds. They can lift themselves and put in a big performance.
Well, Sully says, I'm going to lift myself as he bounced out of tackles. Weston, good ball away for Pina. He did the right thing. He was thinking of passing to Kelly. Well, that should have been a penalty. He tried to get to his feet. He was pulled back down. I think Ian Parnaby was looking away. Now, the kick has been bundled over Weston. There'll be no penalty for that, says Ian Parnaby. Now, can they keep them down here, Fairfield? David Shepherd to Mujali to LeCain. Ball was line ball. Scrum will go down. Great opportunity for Fairfield. He wants it put in again. Both sets of feet across that scrum. Which way is he going to go? He didn't like it from Holy Cross. Matthew Brown was the man caught out. So Weston will send them inside the quarter line. Carr. Back it comes to big Jason Charlton.
Yeah, good front rowers run that by Charlton on the first hit up from the tap. He got Holy Cross going backwards and set up a foundation for his side to do something, and they've squandered it on the next tackle.
His front row partner Kelly couldn't hang on to it. His face tells the story. Side they go, Holy Cross. Cox was all wrapped up by Pina. McCain. Straight into Rosetta, who was out there for Fairfield. Knock on against Holy Cross. Going to have to try and recover his error by winning against the feed. He won't. Weston, quick hands here. There's a chance. Sully was to the outside of his man. They need a quick play of the ball. Their forwards are trying to get back into position very quickly. Holy Cross. Weston only takes it up one out. Maloney. Have to set themselves for something better instead of just that running by the one man. That's better play as he switches the ball back inside for Charlton.
What they are doing is sucking the Holy Cross defence in. Now they can push it wider.
Pina just can't get through. Only a couple of metres away. Last tackle. Weston Into the in goal. Will it be too far? It will. Points to 8 as Patrician Brothers Fairfield do the chasing. David Shepherd. Under a lot of early pressure. Holy Cross as they were in the first half. Stewart. Jason Stewart out for Locane. Strong running to bring the ball back. Shepherd. Very deep kick. Speed being shown by Spence as he brings the ball back. Now Carr. Two very busy hookers from these sides. Justin Maloney. Now Pena and Weston.
There's Wade Fryer on the sideline, number 15, warming up for Holy Cross, and we believe he's going to take the place of Brad Tatum, the number 5. Tatum's been playing in the centres, however.
Scotty Garr looking on his old side, Holy Cross.
Just getting a feeling, Graham, that this is such a tight game that the team that scores next could win it.
Could it be Fairfield as they go wide through Surley, who showed the ball beautifully. Now it goes out to Wilson, steps inside Cox. They want a quick play of the ball, they've got it. Weston, they send it wide again, long ball out. Spinks, he shows the ball, straightens up. They've got them at 6s and 7s. It's the last tackle. Again they switch play. Long pass out to Surley. Just into the in goal. Will he win the race to it? Kick dead. He didn't get a hand to it. Fryer was the man that got a foot to it.
Well, this is what rugby league's all about. Look at the sum of the skills here. A great take, a good little well-weighted kick in goal, and he almost got his hand to it there. A Holy Cross foot just beat him to it.
Very gallant 12 men from Fairfield. Storming back into this game off the knee. Weston Patterson, I should say. Wilson. Back they come again. Patrician Brothers. Kelly. This is nearly always the case. Charlton. Carr. Good ball away. Lucetta will play it about 11 metres out. They've just been piling on the pressure. Is it going to finally bring the try? Weston Patterson will score out wide. Yes, it does. They believe in themselves. We've got 12 men, but we can make it through to the semi-finals. Great football from Patrician Brothers Fairfield.
In this second 30 minutes, there's been a lot of commitment shown by Patrician Brothers here. A good pass over the top. Weston Patterson through the dummy, showed a clean pair of heels and dived over.
Great play. Just watch him show the ball. Surley did something similar a couple of moments ago. He chimed in to perfection as they claw their way back. Weston Patterson picks up the 4 points and the try. The skipper with the most important kick of the match. He won't find its mark. Waved away, but a great scoreline in this quarter-final. Locked together at 12 all.
Taxi!
If you thought you couldn't afford a car of your own, remember there's one bank that arranges personal loans to suit your budget. A bank that makes sure you won't overstretch yourself.
Hey! Just take me to the bank.
Which bank?
Honey Bear was always in trouble. All he could think of in the morning was honey. His parents told him to stay away from the bees.
Now you behave yourself.
Behave? Yeah.
But that only made things worse.
Oh, no.
Then Honey Bear Bear stumbled onto Kellogg's Honey Smacks. Crunchy wheat smacked with honey. Part of this complete breakfast.
Get your own Honey Smacks!
More honey than a bear can bear.
Sailing to an island dream. Sailing to an island dream. Sailing to a taste that seems. You're sailing in an island dream. Taste the dreamy fruits of fantasy. Cool you down like a tropical breeze. Lay you back like a hummock at sea. Sailing to an island dream. Whoa. Sailing to an island dream. We're gonna sail away. Sailing to an island dream. Hey, hey, hey. Sailing to an island dream.
Drive up to Parramatta and walk down Otto Alley. That's where you'll find Boyd Holden, Thompson Ford, Terry Shields Toyota, and Parramatta Mitsubishi. They are competing against each other for your business, and they won't be undersold. Huge deals on new cars, gigantic deals on used cars. They're all at Auto Alley. So come on out to Parramatta and walk down Auto Alley for Sydney's greatest bargain on your new or used car.
With a special neck, you can go places others can't. Toilet Duck's special neck reaches right up under the rim to kill germs where they breed and leaves toilets sparkling clean and fresh. Toilet Duck kills germs and cleans in places others can't reach.
Patterson.
Another change in Patrician Brothers. Number 14, Paul Campagnolo, takes the ball up now, and he's taken the place of Justin Maloney.
From memory in their earlier match, Bill, I think it was Campagnolo that laid on a super try.
Yeah, he came on as a replacement then too, and it was something like an 80-metre try.
Well, he'll be a hero at school if he can lay one on again in the quarter-final. Back for Western. Now, he's got an open paddock here. If Koch can come away to his right, he certainly can, and he's got plenty of space. Wasn't good chasing out wide from Fairfield. Jamie Shepherd. Wheelhouse. Long ball out for Fryer. To the outside of Bryant. He won't beat him. Just over touch. Crazy. Only the second tackle. But through so much work, that front row of Fairfield. Now against one man less in the pack, just trying to open this scrum up a bit.
Yeah, Holy Cross have been threatening to win one against the head for the last 3 scrums, and now they've done it.
They handle the pressure, the 12 defenders. Stewart. Jason Stewart. They've still got possession. They're about 15 metres out. David Shepherd for Wheelhouse. Kept it in close, a couple of tackles. Can they spread them and catch them out wide? Pass from Jamie Shepherd. LeCain was smashed to the ground by Jason Ryan.
Tremendous hit there by Jason Ryan. He lined him up and belted him.
Jamie Shepherd into the in goal. It's going to have to be knocked dead. Pena is the man to do it. The kicking in this game has been sensational at times, close to the in goal. Jamie Shepherd was the kicker in that instance. So Western with the line dropout, and I think, Bill, it's been on 3 occasions that situations like this that it's been leading to a try.
Yes, it has, and you almost get the feeling that something's imminent with Holy Cross. They've done plenty of attacking, and really it's a testimony to the courage and ability of Patrician Brothers that they've held on with that man down.
Mackey 5 metres away. Shepherd. Stewart. Wheelhouse will score. No, he won't. Inches short, it'll be a double movement.
Yeah, now there's a good decision by the referee, Ian Parnaby. We'll see this one on replay. It was Brett Wheelhouse. He was pulled out. He could smell the try line and he couldn't resist the temptation. He just had that little extra shove with the ball. Maybe momentum would have carried him over if he'd been prepared to tuck the ball under his chest. He wasn't prepared to do so and just reached out for the line.
I think a great desperate tackle there. Caught him unawares. I think he thought at full stretch he was going to get there anyway.
Well, he would have. Had he had the ball out in front of his head, he'd have made it comfortably.
Weston leading the way as skipper. Campagnolo. Back for Weston. I'll need some chases. They can't afford to be under pressure straight away and get inside their own territory. Fryer. Matthew Cox. He finds a gap and goes all the way through. He's got support from Wheelhouse. He was denied a minute ago. He's going to be denied again. He's got him for what? Offside play.
Got him for offside play there, a decision we don't see very much. Actually, I don't think he'd have made it anyhow. He tripped over. Look at the pass here from Cox. Right on the line, back inside the Wheelhouse. There didn't appear to be much in it, but he was falling anyhow. I don't think he'd have got to the try line, Graham.
Sunday in the State Bank Big Game, a feast of football action. The 88 Grand Final replay between Canterbury and Balmain. And special highlights of Ellery Handley's debut for Wests. 6 o'clock Sunday on the League Network, Channel 10.
Big games never look so good.
Lately, I've been hearing some great news from my patrons. They tell me they're feeling better and looking younger.
After joining Laurie Marshall and losing 16 pounds.
Penalty.
Well, that now makes the penalty 7-all. So now Patrician Brothers lead, in inverted commas, if we can call it that, is whittled down purely to the fact they scored the first try. So if Holy Cross were to get the next penalty and the scores remain the same, they would become the winners. It's all getting fairly intriguing and going right down to the wire with some 7 minutes to go. In this quarter-final of the Commonwealth Bank Cup, Patrician Brothers Fairfield up against Holy Cross of Ryde.
I would have even said complex.
We're very fortunate. We have the league's own statistician, Ray O'Donnell, here keeping us up to date with every one of these statistics, the penalties, the first scorer and so on. So we'll know exactly who's won this game the moment the full-time siren sounds.
I just wonder if the coaches are really up with it. Certainly the nails will be getting pretty short at this stage. 7 minutes to go in this great quarter-final. Shepherd and his brother David. Matthew Stewart wrapped up very quickly. Last tackle. Somebody's going to start thinking about field goals. Jamie Stewart is. He didn't meet it properly. It'll go dead in goal and back to the quarter line. Just the 1 point he says will get us home. Mick Hardis is getting nice and nervous. He's coming down to the sideline, checking the clock.
I've seen Mick look better.
Who wants to be a coach?
I said to Mick before the game, mate, are you nervous? You've been here before. You've been through all of this. You've done it for many, many years now for Patrician Brothers. He said, Bill, every game's something special. You've always got just that little bit of nerves before the game. Well, Graham, I reckon that little bit of nerves would have compounded about 100-fold by now.
Even more so with just 12 players and not 13.
Weston.
Good ball by Weston too. Got to be a knock on there by Holy Cross. Another scrum to go down. Patrician Brothers to have the feed, and can Holy Cross exert that little bit of pressure to come up with a scrum win against the head?
He was away if the pass got clear. They'll get the feed. So all they want is more control. Weston. Out for Ryan. Now Sully's got plenty of pace. Out it goes. Scott Wilson's got pace too. He comes away from the touchline. He can't stay away from there. They needed him to stay in the field of play.
Yeah, I thought he had to give it a shot, Graham. He had a bit of space, a bit of green grass in front of him to work in here, and he took off. If anything, he was carrying the ball in the wrong hand, which didn't enable him to use a fend, but it was a good covered offensive tackle by the two Holy Cross players, Locane and Cox.
Holy Cross. Inside the last 5 minutes, maybe a good set of 6 tackles in defence from Fairfield might wrap up the game if they can keep them here, force the kick, and then come back with possession themselves. There's only 12 men though, only 11 in the front line with the fullback, the sole man back. They've got to watch for the little chip over. Mackey. You want to talk about courage in any sport. When you're a man down, you can't get a better example. They've forced the kick now.
The thing is, Graham, with Patrician Brothers, or with whichever side is in defence, they just can't afford to give away a penalty of any sort, whether it be inside the 5 or for whatever. One penalty could decide the outcome here. A whole year's football, a whole year's training, everything going into this game is coming right down to the wire and could be decided by one bad move by one player who incurs a penalty.
Away goes Carr.
Commonwealth Bank Cup football, well, this is what it's all about. I'm sure all of the people from the Commonwealth Bank Cup that have sponsored this competition would be more than pleased with what they're seeing here. Referee Barnaby picks up Patrician Brothers there for the forward pass, and now Holy Cross with an opportunity for a scrum some 30 metres out for their own line, and we've got a touch judge in, and the number 10 for Holy Cross being pulled out, Dean Mackey. Is this the penalty that's going to decide the game?
No penalty. They'll have possession, and with 3 minutes to go, a chance to drag it out.
Graham, a field goal.
They've got a penalty. That'll win it for them. I don't think they realise that will win them the game.
Well, is he going to take the kick for goal?
From the scrum, Bill.
Oh, sure.
So away goes David Shepherd.
Well, what it's a matter of now, Graham, is Holy Cross playing out a solid 6, getting the ball in goal, and then trying to get the ball back from a line dropout. That'll be enough to win them the match.
I think they'll probably set for a field goal, believing they have to score another point to win it, Bill. They seem to be doing just that. There's the penalty situation, which gives Holy Cross the win. They're just heading straight towards the posts. They've got men dropping back for the field goal. Wheelhouse is deep. David Shepherd's one side. Wheelhouse wants the field goal. Does he get it? He does. They're trying to make sure of it. They'll get possession back. Look at the celebrations for them. Their fans know they're only 2 minutes away from a semi-final berth. A great setup the way they did it through the forwards. Very professional from Holy Cross.
Yeah, and I don't know that Patrician Brothers could have done much more to stop it without incurring another penalty for some infringement of the rules. They did everything possible. Oh, well, this game isn't dead yet. Patrician Brothers from the kick-off have tried the short kick. Simon Sully's got the ball back. There are still 2 minutes to go and 1 point in it.
Cambrignello now just outside the quarter line. 13-12 Holy Cross. The game is alive. Out for Dallas Kelly. They're 20 metres away from a try that could win the game. 12 men against 13 for most of the quarter-final. Fairfield, the greatest team in the history of the Commonwealth Bank Cup. 60 seconds now. They'll have to do it from this passage of play. Patterson's wrapped up. Last tackle. Here comes a kick. This is the ball game of the quarter-final. Can they recover it? Up they all go. It goes loose. Well, they've dived on it. Holy Cross will keep possession, and the quarter-final is gone. The penalty will come for Holy Cross. Excitement right
to the death.
Graham, would you believe there that the ball was kicked through by Patrician Brothers, and in fact they did fall on it in goal. Now if referee Parnaby doesn't find fault with that kick in the play the ball, Patrician Brothers have won the game. As it is, the penalty goes to Holy Cross. They've now only got to play out 3 or 4 tackles from dummy half, and they have moved on to the semi-finals of the 1989 Commonwealth Bank Cup. 6 seconds to go.
One tackle. David Shepherd's just going to kick it out over touch. Drama charge, full of incident, full of controversy, but right through it all there was some brilliant rugby league from 2 great sides. Points to 12 for Holy Cross. It was a magnificent game, as I said. Scott Gandy was sent off in the first half, bringing them down to 12 men. And of course, they'll go on into the semi-final, Holy Cross. And in the Adidas Man of the Match Awards, of course, for us, 1 point will go to Jamie Shepherd, 2 to Stephen Weston, and 3 points to Simon Surley. Now, after this win, of course, Patrician Brothers of Fairfield. There's the Adidas Player of the Series points, as I said, Shepherd, Weston, and Surley. And now, the winner, of course, will go on into the semi-final as the Holy Cross boys celebrate with their supporters. Will go on to meet the winner of the Melville High.
Now, actually, Graham, you'll find that Holy Cross now will go on to play the Queensland winner from the qualifier next week.
Next week's match, of course, our 3rd quarter-final, I should say, between Melville High and Bateman's Bay High. They don't come any better than this quarter-final between Holy Cross and Fairfield. I trust you enjoyed it. On behalf of Bill Anderson, I'm Graham Hughes. See you next week.
Don't miss the fun tonight at 7:30 when the man of a million faces is back to put a smile on your face. The Benny Hill Show in an all-new series tonight at 7:30. Now on 10, Daryl and Marie in the Early Bird Show.